following training is sponsored by the Niagara Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello. Very strange where you get ideas from for videos, or maybe not so strange, I don't know, but I was watching a YouTube video over the weekend, and one of the sponsors of the video was a company called Privacy.com. And I was curious as to what it is and what it was. And of course, it kind of went into it in the little sponsorship ad, but I wanted to look it up for myself. So I thought it was interesting enough. I wanted to pass it along to you all and your patrons or whoever else is watching the video. So hi. Privacy.com is actually about creating things like virtual payment cards. They don't call them credit cards or debit cards. You can see right here it says create virtual payment cards for one-time purchases or subscriptions directly from your browser. Now, how do they do this with directly from your browser? Well, they do it with what's called a browser extension. And I'm not going to get into that let me just show you. I have one browser extension and it's up in the upper right hand corner, and this is the AdBlock Plus browser extension. So you can see it's actually just right there. The little logo is there. It's a little stop button, and it says AdBlock Plus has access to this site. Now, for any extension or anything you want to use, any reputable company will usually put you to things like the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store or whatnot. And what I'm going to do, let me just scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page. There we go. And it says right there, download on the App Store or get it on Google Play. So you're not going to just any old website anywhere and you're not sure what the heck is going on. Okay. Another thing, let me scroll up to the very top again. Another thing before I get into anything else is if this thing and this company is called Privacy.com, do they actually at least have some privacy on their website? And of course, we know to click the lock, and they do. So if we click the lock, it does say that the connection is secure. There's 3 cookies, and I can actually control the site settings through Chrome. So if the connection is secure, let me click on that. It does say that it is again secure, and the security certificate is valid. So at least that's good from the site itself. Great. So what is this and why did it pique my interest? Well, I had not heard of virtual payment cards. I actually use my credit card just to make sure that I have a layer of protection. Well, this is an extra layer of protection. Okay, so here's what it does is you can actually shield any of the card details that you have and your money by creating virtual payment cards. It's convenient and easy to use. You can save time at the checkout. You use their browser extension and it'll autofill secure card numbers. And again, this is not your credit card, but a secure card number, and you can pay with a one-click experience. All right. You can actually, and this is interesting right here, you can create merchant locked cards. So privacy cards lock to the first merchant they are used at. So these are single business or single merchant cards, okay? If the merchant is ever compromised, okay? So if you hear, oh no, this got breached, or Yahoo got breached, or this company or whatnot, and they all do eventually, okay? But if the merchant is ever compromised, your card number can never be used anywhere else, giving you an extra layer of protection, okay? And then you can actually monitor, of course, how much you spend each month at different places, okay? You can create a spend limit on each card to block any hidden fees or double charges on recurring expenses. If a transaction goes over the limit, it will automatically decline, all right? All right, this is looking interesting. So it says how it works. Take back control of your payments. You create a virtual card directly from your privacy dashboard. So it does require, of course, here logging in and signing up, which I will get to. Okay. You can set then a spending limit on each transaction. This is great for recurring payments or one-time purchases where the key cards need to be closed immediately after use. You can organize your virtual cards in one easy-to-use online wallet. It says wallet, online wallet. You can tag each card for quick sorting and selection, and then you can track your spending in the account summary dashboard. Okay, so of course then they have what people are saying about it, protect your money online today, and they've got the rest of the things, including right down here, get privacy for Chrome, get privacy for Firefox, get it on Google Play, get it in the App Store. Great, okay. Well, the next question then to me comes up, well, how much does this cost? Because people can't set this stuff up and then just have it out here in the ether. It has to be monitored, it has to be watched, things have to be created and then closed, and then people had to develop this. What does it cost? Okay, so I went over to their pricing and look at this. For a personal account, it is $0. Now, of course, for a personal account, you can only create up to 12 cards per month. Now, remember, 12 cards that each card locks to the particular merchant. So if you have one card for Tim Hortons and one card for Amazon and one card for Netflix, how many different cards per month do you think you actually need? And for me, 12 cards seems to be way more than enough. Okay, so for $0, I can create up to 12 cards in a month. I can secure merchant locked and single-use cards. I can set spending limits. I can add their awesome browser extension, and I can access my data through their interface. The API is the programming interface. Okay. If I really want more, I can pay $10 a month for Pro. I get priority support, 1% cash back on purchases. I get 3 times as many. I can create up to 36 cards per month, and I can discrete merchants. I can hide transaction information. Okay. You can also go up to the Teams level, everything in Pro. Plus, you get a dedicated account management. You can create up to 60 cards per month, and that's really more for your own business. $0, $10, or $25 per month, depending on your needs and what you want to do. Wow, okay, I was pretty cool. So well, when did this company come about? Where did this come from? So I went to their About Us page and went through, and they talk about of course, protecting yourself online and things like that. It's okay, great. And then interestingly here, they have all of their pictures. None of these, I did kind of hover my mouse over them. None of these are links to anything else, but for internet security, when people do put their faces out there, that I have respect for that. That's pretty good. Okay, but I was still interested. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it was an advertisement. They seem like, they're legitimate. They're on, they tick all the boxes. They have security on their own website. They go through the major app stores and the major browsers. Their pricing seems right at $0 for a personal account. Is this a real company? So the last thing I did was I went over to, you can see here, well, you can see, it's just basically a very basic Google search. And I literally typed in, what is privacy.com? And Google stuck it all together as a single website, what is privacy.com? No, okay, but it did come up with the answer here, all right? So it says privacy.com is an innovative way to protect your personal information on the internet. It creates a virtual card that masks your banks from your online payments and things like that. I said, okay, so it has people also asked. Now, interestingly too, here it has privacy.com reviews. There's pros and cons. This is from a website called Product Hunt. And these are the things now that I would look for. Is the company legitimate? I don't want to just get all of my information from that company. Okay. And it does a Twitter search here. What are people saying about privacy.com? Google then here has privacy.com that links to, so you can actually find the website we were just on. Great. And I'm not going to go through these, but here is a review from June of 2020 by PC World. That, again, increases my level of trust in this particular company. It increases my interest in potentially using the company. Would this be a good fit for me? There are a bunch of other links as well. There's a link from MoneyCheck, there's a link from TechCrunch, and so this goes back from 2020, and then just here, just in the first page of Google results, this one goes up to 2021, and it says that the company was founded in 2014, and so on and so forth, okay? It also says here in 2021, Privacy.com's rebrands to Lithic, looks like, okay, raises 43 million for virtual cards and things like that. My point here is that it looks like it's a legitimate company. It definitely has a legitimate use. Imagine, keeping limits and things like that when you set up an account to have these virtual payment cards. They're neither a credit card nor a debit card. They're an extra layer of protection. Oh, also, I was curious, going back to the website, what is their, let me scroll up here, the security of Privacy.com? How do they do this? And just right quick, they go, their team includes people from the top security and payment companies, and it talks about passwords are hashed using PBKDF2 with 100K iterations and salted to make rainbow table attacks more difficult. I have no idea what any of that means, but data is never sent in plain text, all over transport layer security, which is great. AES, Internet Protocol Security 256. That's extremely good. And then the last thing on their security page is they have their RPGP key. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And I didn't know what PGP was. So I went over to trusty, dusty Wikipedia. It's called Pretty Good Privacy. You got to love these computer programmers. Phil Zimmerman developed PGP in 1991, and it is an open standard of encryption. And it is huge. It looks like something like this, and actually look at the number. I did not count the number here of letters and numbers. It's amazing. There'll be, all my links are in the description. It was great to see everybody today. I thought this was very interesting, and I might consider using this. So if you do, let me know, and that's great. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.